Capricorn, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. If you're new to the channel, you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. Heads up. If you are someone who is sensitive around the topics of sex, sexual identification, sexual energy exchange, sexual descriptions, pass this one up. I won't take offense, none whatsoever. I don't want you to watch anything that would come into conflict with who you are, what you believe in, because you will take nothing from it, and that is true for any tarot type, okay? Myself, personally, I choose to read it because I understand, and hopefully you do too, sexual energy is part of who you are as an individual. Thus, it stands to reason will affect your relationships as well, okay? That's it. I operate from the philosophy of more you know, and that's true, again, for any energy type. That's it. Easy peasy. Now, you will have noticed my vocals are a little off. Yes, I have allergies year-round, and the summer is no exception. I'm very prone to summer hay fever, that kind of thing, and that's what we're experiencing. I put filming off as long as possible, so if you can believe it, this is an improvement. So a little patience, if you please. If my vocals pop in and out, I'm sure that they will, and then I have to clear my throat often. Thank you for everyone who wants to give me your allergy stuff recommendations. I have been dealing with this all my life, okay? I've got it as managed as I possibly can. People refuse to believe me. I live in Central Texas. The only trees that live here are oak and cedar. I'm highly allergic to both. It is not an exaggeration. One of Austin's nearest towns is literally called Cedar Park. I live near a place called Cedar Ranch. It's cedar everywhere. And oak. And if you've ever had the displeasure of having hyper-allergic reactions to things that exist in nature, you know how fun it is. You have no choice in it. I'm used to it. Okay, that's my point. So thank you, but whatever it is you're about to recommend, I promise you I've tried it. Okay, let's get cracking. What's going on, please? Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Show me that Capricorn sexual energy. Show me that Capricorn sexual energy, please. What is going on for Capricorn? Oh, and I've modified the board to not include shared or new energy. Okay. What's going on, please, for that Capricorn sexual energy? Basic rules apply. Take what resonates, leave it does not. Reverse energies as it applies, always. Okay. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Oh, you got the passion in your Two of Pentacles, but what to do with it? Why are you asking yourself that? That's beautiful, fire. Why do you have to question where your fire's going? Oh, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords. Well, because somebody's saying they're not sure that they have it for you anymore. Isn't that delightful? No need to ask if that's shared or new. That's shared, and you both feel the strain of it. You both feel the weight of it. Another one of your sexual energies are getting expressed. You, for your part, have made it clear I'm still kind of attracted to this person, or I just have a lot of fire burning in me. But it's not being received well. No kidding. Two of Pentacles, they're not hide and seek. They're just straight up hiding sexual energy otherwise. I cannot tell if this is on the verge of ending. That would be my best guess at this time without clarifying. At 10 and 10, Seven of Swords, doesn't want to deal with it. 10 of Swords, disappointment, pain, ending. 10 of Wands, a whole bunch of sexual frustration and aggravation. Negative fire instead of positive fire. Moving forward, 8 of Swords, the High Priestess, the Hanged Man. You are trying to be more open-minded to what's going on here. I think you're trying to show a lot of spiritual development. I think you're trying to suspend all assumptions. That's very interesting of you. Obstacles, strength. Queen of Coins is the outcome. You need to understand what your self-worth is. Okay, sexually or otherwise. You need to understand those parts of you that say this is true for me, and I know it. I know my worth, I know my value, and I think I need to take care of myself at this time. I agree. Whatever this is, intuitively you feel, okay, 8 of Swords isn't going to help this situation. I agree, because they're already acting avoidant and non-saying as it is. That means the both of you cannot afford to be blind, okay? Somebody here has to understand what's going on, or try to. And you're like, okay, well, I can't afford to be blind because they don't want to deal with it. That doesn't make me any less responsible for trying to understand something. So I see you retreating over the next several months, your sexual energy, otherwise trying to understand what it is that you were feeling, why you're feeling it, and where it is you're next supposed to go or next feel. And the conclusion, and I agree with your conclusion, is that you should focus on you. I don't know why they're showing me such huge avoidant energy, and it does look like it's on the precipice of an ending to me. I don't know how energy like that can sustain. I don't know why they're still there. It seems extremely difficult for this person to show up. I don't know. But strength is in the obstacles. Someone here is lacking strength or confidence in this situation. No kidding. The outcome, Queen of Pentacles, you should probably focus on you. It seems to be your conclusion. All right, you opened up with that Queen of Wands. Let's take a look at that. Show me that Queen of Wands, please. Show me that Queen of Wands. You have the passion in you. You have drive, honey. Beautiful Queen of Wands. Actually, one of my favorite depictions is a Queen of Wands. This is who I think she's more like. You know, she can be intense, yes, but the real deal. Passion, vitality, creativity. Rock and roll, man, takes no prisoners. Show me that Queen of Wands. Show me that Queen of Wands. Show me that Queen of Wands, please. Seven of Swords. You're showing me the Seven of Swords too. Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. I have to agree with you. I think your assessment of this situation is correct. Over time, it seems like whatever passion in the stability was here isn't. It's the opposite of stable. The emotions, if they started out positive, largely seem to be negative now. You've seen it. You see it for yourself. You're reflecting on their Seven of Swords. And you can see that they're quote-unquote not into it. That their intentions, their emotions, or their passion don't seem to be stable. What you understood to be true with that Ten of Pentacles and solidly founded and reliable isn't. They're not showing up for this. Emotionally, sexually, or even have a strong presence. It's like the avoidance of my real emotional self is not here. You see it. Excuse me. You see it. For your side of things, as far as I can tell, your passion's still there. You haven't fully given up on this, but you can't help but question why they're not in it. Why don't they feel the same way? It took a long time to get to this way. It didn't happen overnight. But this is how it unfolded. And you're seeing it. You're looking at it. You're gazing on it. You know, how can I have this for me? How can it still be a solid source of strength in me, but not for them? When given the opportunity to express themselves in terms of passion or emotionality of any kind, they withdraw. They hide. They avoid. How come I feel it? You know, what's going on with me? Show me that Two of Pentacles. What am I supposed to do with this? Show me this Two of Pentacles, please. It has kind of put you in a position now of being hot and cold yourself. You still have the inclination here to be hot for whatever this is, or whomever this is, but sometimes you can't help but go cold. Do you know why? It's in reaction to them. They're cold and avoidant. So yeah, you're going to play hot foot too. You don't want to. You don't want to play hot potato. You know? You would like to see the vitality in your foundation with this person once more. Let's see the reflection. Let's see, it hurts you too. It hurts you too because it's been like this a long time, honey. It's been like this a long time. You're reflecting on this. You both are reflecting a Seven and Ten of Swords. I saw the opening of you reflecting on them, so they don't seem to show up. Or sexually, for whatever it was that they used to be so deeply embedded in with you. And it hurts you too. The Ten of Swords, Five of Cups, you have a lot of regret in this. It's been like this a long time, and there's been no improvement with the Seven of Pentacles. Sometimes you have Seven of Pentacles as in slow, steady growth, which is what I saw with Virgo. Theirs was healthy. It was open to steadiness. This is the decline to steady. This is the opposite. It's stagnation and gone in reverse. I mean, with the Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups, I don't even know how you're questioning how you can give to this anymore. I don't even know where half of that motivation would come from. I mean, personally, I think if I was in that situation, I'd be so disinclined from offering anything at all. It's a wonder it's on your mind. I mean, maybe that's what you're questioning. That's why you're suspending so much in future. You can't afford to be blind anymore. I agree. You can't have a case of blind leading the blind. That just doesn't work. I think you're trying, that's what the Hanged Man is, isn't it? Suspension, trying to listen to yourself about what to do reasonably with the situation. You seem to understand you can't make someone love you or sexually express themselves to you. This is correct, you cannot. The idea is how I have that information, Christina, what the hell do I do with it? Because it hurts me too, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of pain, honey. A lot of building pain too. For some of you, the 27th is important, I don't know why. Show me that Seven of Swords, please. Show me that Seven of Swords. Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Good night. They've been kind of slowly trudging along, making the same offer for a long time, renewing the offer, but it never seems to get better. It's almost like they keep renewing this, whatever this offer is with you, even though it doesn't feel good as time goes by. A part of them desires new. It does, but it seems like it's far away. They haven't totally engaged in new. I'm seeing this Ace of Pentacles and the concept of renew. I'm going to keep giving to this even though I don't want it anymore, or it hurts me, or I'm disappointed by it. It's like they're avoiding the main issue here. I'm just going to keep giving to it the same coin, and, you know, maybe I'll keep hoping it'll work out, but they're just not into it, honey. They're not into it with the Seven of Swords. Their authentic self is not in here. Oh, my goodness. Show me this Ten of Swords, please. I don't know if I want to keep going. I'd better see a blockbuster ending for this, because I'm this close to scrapping it, because it seems to me it's negative plus negative equals nothing here, and I need to see some change. This is bumming me out, man. I mean, take my voice out of the equation. I'm sure this sounds very different with my voice being the way it is, but this is bumming me out. I don't understand mindless giving. I'm just giving to this because I don't know what else to do. I'm not really in it, but I don't want to address it. I'm going to avoid it. And the more they avoid it, the more it hurts you. And part of that hurt is because you still want to give to this, even though you're not getting anything in return. So it hurts that you still have the, you understand what I'm saying? It still hurts that you have the inclination to give to this knowing you're not getting anything back. But whatever it is that they've been giving you, it's like, how can I want to give to this even though it hurts? Oh boy. Oh boy. And what's shared between you is a Ten of Wands, a big fat pile of grief and frustration. Let's see where this Ten of Swords is coming from. You're both showing me that. Eight of Swords. They take whatever passion they have for this relationship into a headspace, and they can't see it anymore. They say it's too painful. They can't engage with it the way they used to. They don't feel about this relationship the way they used to. That's fine, that's fair, that's valid, but how come they don't say that? They don't want to see it. Eight of Swords, so that Eight of Swords is now no longer yours. It's theirs. I still agree, though. You hanging back, not knowing what to do, isn't going to help. But yeah, it's theirs now. So they refuse to see. There is a relationship here, possibly a marriage with the Four of Wands. I don't know. It's whatever the relationship is you two define it. That could be boyfriend, girlfriend. That could be fiance, for all I know. Full-on marriage. It's whatever you two have agreed upon, committed to, and accepted as truth. The King of Wands, they say they got passion too for this marriage, but they can't quite see it, and it hurts them too. But what would hurt them less is if they admitted it to themselves. They keep playing the same record, the same tune, and they don't even like that song, they don't even like the record, but they won't change the record. Okay, can you at least talk about how the record sucks? I understand if you can't change the tune, but you can at least, both of you, talk about how neither one of you is enjoying the music. See what I'm saying? Truth can go a long way in painful situations. Just being honest with yourself first, then with the other person. But they ain't saying much of this. Obviously you can see, you're literally looking at them, you understand they're not happy. They probably have a history of this. I don't know why I'm hearing this. They have a relationship history of this. They couldn't make it work with other people in a similar dynamic, and they're not making it work with you either. It starts out as happy and then it crumbles over time. Something like that. They've been through this before. So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be, Cappy? What's it gonna be? You're both showing me Ten of Swords. You're both showing me Ten of Wands. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Show me that Ten of Wands. Needless to say, the sex is not on, and even if it is, it's not great. The emotions are right, pretty much in alignment with the sexual energy. Same conditions. Show me that Ten of Wands, please. Show me that Ten of Wands. You both have a burden. I understand. You both feel the burden. I'm going to take a look at that. Six of Swords. There is that sense there, practical sense, that it might be time to move on. Four of Swords, healing. Eight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. They're both saying it's very, very, very difficult to heal this and to put real work in between you two or around you two. It's hard to suspend judgment. There's sensitivity around this about who is doing what. I think there's too much scorekeeping here about realistically, well, I'm putting this into that and you're not, and it feels like it's a tit for tat thing, right? That's why it's quote-unquote so hard. So you're showing me Eight of Pentacles, the willingness to work, the both of you. Four of Swords to heal, but judgment. We're both having to suspend judgment, and that's really hard. Trying to understand each other's motivations, to get back on the same page, to understand each other's perspectives. You're saying it's both really hard. And there's accusations about contribution and who's doing what and who's saying what, and I do more, or I feel more, or I'm always the one to do this and you're always the one to do that. It's really hard to suspend the both of you from that. This person could do with a lot more honesty and with themselves first. Everything begins with the self, lest we forget. And you could do a lot more of stop trying to give to the situation that just hurts you. Yeah, what's shared between you two is we're trying to heal, we're trying to work through this, and we're both having to suspend judgment like crazy. You know? We're both trying to understand each other's perspective, and it's really hard, Christina. It's really hard not to get wrapped up in it and not be angry or frustrated by it. I believe you. But I am actually happy to see that two people are trying to work on it. But it's hard. It's hard not to trample on the other person's perspective or their feelings or their thoughts. I really wish we could pull more honesty from this person. And that would give us more traction about what the hell we're doing. Other than that, I will give you two of those credits. I will give you credit for that. Let's see this person's Eight of Swords, please. I know they can't see it. They don't want to. Oh, no. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords. The both of you can't afford to be blind. Show me the Eight of Swords, please. Oh. Well, rubber duck. That's what I have to say about that. Honey, I told you, I wish this person was more honest with themselves. I don't see them being any wiser for wear. I just got lots of swords for this person, and none of them pretty. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Queen of Swords. This person's really mentally locked in to what they have told themselves is the truth. They don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with this. That's why it's so hard to heal. And that's why you keep saying, I don't know what to do. Because they're saying that they're working out with you, and they're not. Why are they so locked into their belief that they're correct? Because they're nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Sexual energy is off the table, and they're completely in denial about it. Fine. You take your sexual energy off the table. That's fine. That's fine. Why can't you just say it? Instead of like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's just, I don't see anything different. That's why I'm saying there is an agreement here to suspend judgment about who does what, says what, and it's really hard to do that. Really hard. The strain is real, and I think what's making it 10 times harder is somebody here just, it's them, refuses to be, I don't typically just, asshole, I'm literally tying it back to one singular person. I'm not saying that you don't contribute. It takes 2 to tango. Okay? I got it. But how do you argue in the wall or to the wall of ignorance, denial, and avoidance? What are you supposed to do with that? I don't want to talk about it. And there's nothing to talk about, by the way. Everything's fine. Everybody has the occasional 5 of Swords. Everybody has the occasional 7 of Swords. That's what it is to be alive. That's what it is to be human. We are flawed. Everybody does. And if you say you don't, that's your 5 of Swords. You cannot be a human being and not experience it. The lies we tell ourselves, self-sabotage. I'm going to tell myself this to justify my insecurities or my inability to do X, Y, Z. We've all done it. But when it comes to this particular subject of intimacy and how this person wants to experience the relationship, that they have fire for it? No, they don't. It's still the same to them? The offer still stands? No, it doesn't. And just straight up lie about it to themselves and then you. I see why you're confused. No wonder we're having to work so hard to get perspective. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. Why are you, what, can I just ask you a blunt question because you're Capricorn and I feel you can handle it, or at least you should be able to. You're Capricorn. How did this relationship happen? How did... I'm assuming they evolved over time. Okay. But this... Did you ever really know this person's feelings? Show me the High Priestess. Show me the High Priestess, please. Show me the High Priestess, please. Whatever it is they're offering, their tune hasn't changed in a long time. And they act like they can't see it. They tell themselves there's nothing to see. I agree. You need to recommit to yourself. I completely 100% agree. You need to recommit to yourself. Sexual energy aside, emotionality aside, you need to recommit to yourself first and foremost. You intuitively feel this. You intuitively feel this. The Queen of Pentacles is here twice for you with the Hierophant. You might have some Taurus in your chart. That's not the point. The point is, you need to recommit to you. So the Hierophant isn't just about commitment, marriage, guys. I know what it is you're used to hearing, and what you're used to hearing is garbage. So the Hierophant represents commitment, yes and no principles. You have contracts with everybody, but first and foremost, you have a contract with yourself. You need to go back to honoring the contract with yourself, the commitment to yourself, to take care of yourself, your sense of self-worth and value. You feel it intuitively. And you need to go back and look at some very hard facts about this commitment that you are in with the Ace of Swords. And like I said, not both of you can afford to be blind. Somebody here needs to get really real about the truth of this so-called commitment. And you feel it has to be you. But of course it does. Somebody has to be. This is the opposite of truth. Eight of Swords, I immediately tied it to this person because they already showed it and demonstrated it many times. And it's not just the sexual energy, guys. There's a lot of things they're used to denying. This energy says anti-truth. I don't know if they're a habitual liar. I don't know if they have such a huge fear of emotional commitment or sexual commitment. I don't know what the deal is, man. But this is anti-truth across the board. Yeah, it's no wonder it's hard to heal with this person. You don't have an honest point of view of what their perception is because they're not honest with themselves. So how can you help heal what you don't know is broken? Okay? So somebody here has to be pro-truth. And who is that? That's you, honey. I need you to recommit to you and to really understanding the truth, the undisputable truth with Ace of Swords. And this is, by the way, I'll point out to you one of my favorite combinations. Is the Ace of Swords with the High Priestess. That always makes me very happy. It says, intelligence, basic 2 + 2 = 4 shit, and intuition, what my gut's telling me. They should live side by side. They're not mutually exclusive. They should not be enemies. One should work with the other. This is what I know. This is what I feel. I'm doing both. Good. And we need to look at what we know and feel about this commitment. And also the toll it's taking on you to participate in it. Why do I feel like all readings have just been this? Why am I not seeing a stronger influx of energy for you in terms of newness or vibrancy or turnaround or compatibility, for God's sake? Why can't I get a Capricorn to connect with somebody who is compatible to you? Wait, are you just attracted to, like, is that your persistence kicking in? I have to have that person because I said so, or because I climbed so many mountains it has to work out? Is that what that is? Because I feel like I've been seeing this for you over and over, and that sucks, man. I do. It sucks because I love the Capricorn energy and I want you guys to get out of this. It's anti-best interest while we're on the subject of anti. Show me that. Let's switch over. Show me that. Show me the Hanged Man, please. I apologize. Oh. Show me the Hanged Man, please. Oh, there we go. Show me that Hanged Man, please. It's temporary relief. Don't get too excited. See, you can already hear it. Show me the Hanged Man, please. Let's see what you have been learning about this so-called suspension. Show me that Hanged Man, please. Commitment should not feel like this, honey. It is really a case, and I hate summarizing and I hate being flippant. I know how depth in life is. Trust me, I appreciate it very well. But there's truth and there's anti-truth. One of you has been cast into one slot, the other one the other. And guess who is who? Hanged Man, 3 of Swords, the Emperor, 5 of Wands. You have learned to anticipate that they will fight you on everything. Yeah, sexual energy too. Kind of like, what's the point of trying to see things from their perspective, which you've done a good job of. You've really tried to understand, but honey, like I said, if they're lying to themselves, you're not going to understand them. Not really. And you have begun to see that there's just shadows of fear and pain behind this person's exterior, strong exterior, the need to control, and all there is fight and argument and frustration. The insistence that I know it's correct when they act and feel in opposition to that. So again, highly fragmented energy. that is always going to be oppositional, or it's just feeling constantly oppositional, that there is nothing much you can learn from this person's position because they're not honest with themselves and they insist that they are. And all it does is create more fighting, tension, and heartbreak. You've seen this with your intuition. You're going to continue to feel this and acknowledge it logically over the next several months. This goes well beyond sexual energy at this point. Do you see how sexual energy, where it can lead us in terms of how it plays out in our relationships, how far it goes? And it's not just having a Knight of Wands out with the girls or with the guys at the bar. That's what everybody thinks it is, and here's reality. This is why I read sexual energy. People have no clue. They think they do, but they don't. As soon as somebody starts having relationships problems, the first thing they say is, well, sexual energy is not important, and that's the first nail in the coffin. Every time. I've been doing this a long time. I know how people react. When something's functioning, you keep bringing it together because two people benefit in the right ways. When something's not functioning, it won't come together. That's it. The basic laws of physics, if you will, applies to your sexual orientation as it does your emotional orientation. That's it. That's how I do it, though. That's why I personally like intimate tarot. It could push people, yes. It can get very sensitive, yes. But I want people to see. I want people to see. I want people to see. And I know your sexual energy is important to you, but you're like, it's not important to them. Or I've begun to suspect it isn't. Correct. Some of that strength, please. And if your sexual energy is important to you, then the person whom you are paired with, it should be important to them too. And if that's not the basis of either one of your relationship, that would have been founded a long time ago. If that's not what you agreed to at the opening, why would you agree to it at the closing? Again, common sense, right? Common fucking sense. Well, here's most people. Here's common sense. I'm just going to bypass that shit. Strength, please. The lack of will, strength, hope. Show me strength, please. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I think you said it a little more politely than I have, so that's nice of you. But I completely agree. You're not looking for a friendship, Capricorn. You are not looking to be really good friends. There's something in here that says this is supposed to be a relationship, but it's not. And it's not fair to me. In fact, it hurts me the more I stay in it. And if I'm listening to myself, and if I care about myself at all, I will recognize this and world it. The passion isn't here. The energy for this isn't here. And the honesty of that lack of energy is also not here. If somebody says they just want to be friends with you, then that's their obligation to put that at the forefront. And if somebody started out with you 10 years ago, fast forward, and that's all they have for you to this, you have to decide if that's what you want, if you evolve with this person in the same way and on the same time and at the same page. And if that's not what you signed up for and they're not willing to change or look at it differently, and as far as I can tell they're not, what do? Because the strength is that, frankly, you've lost your passion for this person. It's barely cooperative. Okay? You don't have the strength to keep fighting for this. Somebody doesn't. Or rather, the lack of honesty or the lack of courage is rather astounding. I know you feel this to some extent. I don't want that kind of friendship, platonic friendship. That's not what we're looking at. That's not how we started. I'm actually seeing this more like them. Strength is in opposition. That means lack of courage. It's really simple. It takes courage to be honest about your intimacy. This person lacks the courage to be honest about their intimacy. They have none. Knight of Wands, the world is cycled out, and they want you to settle on some sort of cooperative friendship, and it breaks your fucking heart, because that's not what you signed up for. Why just can't they be honest with it? The lack of courage. Why won't they? What is the benefit of staying? What is the benefit? I don't understand, honey. Queen of Pentacles is the outcome. Show me that Queen of Pentacles, please. Moving forward, understanding your self-worth, understanding your self-care. Show me that Queen of Coins, please. Okay, good. I'll take that. We'll start that. We'll keep that. That's fine. That's something. I was about ready to get aggravated. The more this person fights and puts up a resistance and blockage, the more your heart space for them shuts down. I understand. That makes sense. You're going to stop offering your heart to this person, your sexuality, your emotionality, and you're going to withdraw. I need you to do that because I don't know what the hell this is to you, but you seriously need to reevaluate your role in it and if you want to continue to have a role in it. So as far as I can tell, you are outwardly rejecting anything that this person has to give you, even if it's just a little bit. And I agree with you. You're not going to get any argument from me. If anything, I kind of want to be like, I want to grab you by your stubborn, persistent Capricorn head and be like, Capricorn, you should have exited this shit a long time ago. But that's me. Okay? Sorry, I know I can have harsh opinions. This is Sassy Scorpion Tarot. It's not the passive Scorpion Tarot, is it? No. I read energies. They are what they are. The cards are here. It has next to nothing to do with me. And you would have to be piss poor at tarot to f this one up. Like you would have to go out of your way to mess this one up. And you would have to be a really shitty reader to be like, Capricorn, all is well. Does that look like all is well? No, you need to focus on you. I 100% agree with this. I see you rejecting anything they have to give, even that little guy. The friendship, my ass. No, I see you rejecting it, bowing out, stepping out, whatever the hell you want to call it, ghosting, walking away, rejecting, putting up walls, just saying, no, I don't know. But it's here and it's written over 1,000 times. I see you moving forward in future minus this person. They're no longer your +1. Okay. I don't know how long it took to get to this point. I'm just glad that there's a conclusion because I can't take much more of this. You reflecting on their absence here or sexually, both. All it is cause you pain and then you still sit there and ask, what can I do? I'm trying to show them patience and understanding. It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard because they won't be honest. Oh, they're no longer your +1, honey. I just see you rejecting it, as you should, and I'm sorry that they don't have the courage to speak their truth. If they just want friendship with you, they ought to have the balls to say it. But they don't. They want you to do something about it, I believe. That's what happens when you have lack of courage. They want you to be the bad guy, shove them out, cut them off, and then they say, what? I was trying to work things out with you. I know that passivity. That's the consequence of anti-truth. That's the consequence of not having courage. They need you to be the bad guy. And say, you blocked me, you cut me off, you wouldn't work with me. Oh, I worked with you. And guess what? Your 2 + 2 was adding up to 5. It was adding up to 3, but it certainly wasn't 4. In other words, you're not being honest. And you're dicking me around. I'm done with it. Yes. Praise be. I hope this is the height of this energy I see for you. I don't want to see it anymore. I'll collect, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't have an outstanding memory. And the time that I've been doing collective readings, okay, for YouTube, not private. I've been doing private readings for years. That's all you could do before YouTube. I know it's hard to believe. But I don't think I've ever seen the Capricorn Collective go through this. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. And it's been that way, been that way, been that way. And all collectives do it, okay? All collectives do it. But I really can't recall a time before these past several months for you where it's been this consistent, I feel like. So hopefully I'm seeing the height, the peak, the summit of the mountain, and now we can come down. back into a more comfortable plane of existence. I would love to see that for you. Hopefully this is it. This is you bowing out, and I hope you stay out. And that's if it resonates with you. If you're a happily married Capricorn, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, great. It's not your reading. Be glad. You know? Okay. Retreat. What we've been talking about, guys, is pretty consistent. Retreat. Back away from this. It is time to disconnect from this. I completely agree. You're showing me that you're intelligent. You're showing me you're intuitive. Use it. And commit to yourself first and foremost. Is this what you want? We already know the answer to that. I'm saying it would help you to remember that question. Is soulmate. Retreat. Okay. Express your love. And so you have retreat. I think you've expressed yourself to this person. I do. That you really thought that perhaps they were your person, like soulmate. I have seen no evidence of that. Not one. I will point that out to you now. That just occurs to me. No Six of Cups, no lovers, nothing to indicate that special bondness, that uniqueness. And I think in you understanding that, when you expressed yourself to this person at some point, I love you, I'm crazy about you, I have passion for you, and they couldn't pony up the dough or they don't feel the same way, that's fine. That's fucking fine. That's the whole point of expressing yourself, is to understand if somebody's on the same page with you. So if they didn't feel the same way, fine, but why lie about it? Oh. Okay, I was already saying I didn't understand that at all. In time, there is a possibility for engagement. Someone, in other words, who's compatible to you. What we were saying, why can't you find someone who's compatible to you? Yes, it will come in the form of new love, but this is further down the road. First, you need to clear yourself of this, okay? We need an energy cleanse, and you need to get back to roots. The roots of you, okay? I am sorry, honey. You got the goods in you. I know you do. I don't know. Perhaps you try to reconnect with an ex, and maybe they played along, but they didn't really mean it. That would explain that kind of drudgery of a renewal here. I'm not really in it, but here's something. You know, that could be. Why does it have that nasty feel? Maybe it does. Maybe this might be another chance, or tried to give it another chance to fix it, but I don't know why they tried to participate then, if that's true. This could have been a second chance type situation, and feelings, it was, was that what it is? I called it, and I didn't realize I was calling it. Okay, so that's what that is. That's for the 11th hour, thank you. Okay, that's what it was. Some of you decided to give this person a second chance. They were already ex that you tried to refold into your life because you genuinely felt that they had a greater meaning attached to them. And for some reason, they agreed, but they didn't really mean it. Okay, let's make it work. I'm trying to understand you. You're like, okay, I'll play along. Because here we have waiting for the feelings because of nostalgia. Did you give this person another chance, another crack? Because you're like, I know there's feelings in there somewhere. I feel it. I waited. I've been waiting, and I've been waiting. Let's you and me give it another chance. Because I don't really see marriage as a commitment to the self, yes. And what are you agreeing to? Yes, but it didn't actually see a relationship. Tried not to put terms on it, feelings on it. Okay. Thank you for giving this another chance. I'm just waiting. I know their feelings are there. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. But it was based in nostalgia, love of the past. Not necessarily love for yourself as you know it in present day. I think you forgot in present day your love for yourself, for nostalgia, feelings in the past that perhaps they made you feel once upon a time, but they did not feel the same way. And I know what that is, guys, when you put that level of work into something, into a relationship, and you don't quite understand what that person's feelings are. Do you want to know psychologically what human beings do? It's really fun. We double down instead of walking away. Isn't that bizarre? But that's human behavior for you. It is psychology has shown this many, many times. It's not just an American thing. It happens all the world over. That when two people are in a relationship, no matter how weird, strange, up it is, when somebody doesn't understand their feelings, and they refuse to, or they lie to themselves, point is that they withhold it from the other person who does know their feelings. What it does is it creates a psychological hook. And that person who does have feelings, and they know it, and they express it, has to know how the story ends, instead of just closing the damn book and saying this is boring and leaving it alone. Someone who won't reveal their feelings after all that work, they're not a mystery, they're not an enigma, they're not intriguing, they're not the most mysterious man or woman in the universe. They're just someone who doesn't know who the hell they are. It's actually an incredibly boring book. And if you had known that, you would have shut it after chapter 1 and say, this book is for someone else, but it ain't for me. But no, what most of us do is we double down, and I'm going to keep reading this book because there's going to be an ending. There's going to be a happy fucking ending. And we become psychologically, emotionally invested in someone who cannot say or feel the same. It's that thing. I put so much of myself into this, it has to have a payout. It has to have a payout. It has to have a payout. You ever been to the casino? You ever played the slots? That'll disprove that little theory very quickly. Same is true with love. So, when you enter love, don't ever enter love a relationship where you feel like you're playing. Ever. Having fun? Yeah. Having an easy time? Yeah. Having a sweet, easy time? Yeah. But playing? Like you're playing a game? I wonder where this can go? Oh, that's how it starts. It shouldn't feel like you're playing a game. Mind games. Oh, we've been seeing each other 6 months and they know how I feel, but they haven't told me yet. One day they're going to tell me. One day they're going to tell me. I just know it. If you expressed yourself and they left you hanging, that was your chance to take yourself off the hook or put down that book, you know what I'm saying? If they ever get to know their feelings, it's on them to come forward with it, not for you to stick around and find out. Some people have to learn the hard way, so let them learn the hard way. Behind even this, I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Release your ex, honey. They're an ex for a reason. They're an ex for a reason. Now, sometimes we have to make exes. We need endings so we can learn and grow as people, but that's usually soul bond stuff. That's typically lover stuff. There's a chance for reconnectivity. This is something that was best left alone. I got it. Some of you came back to that book. You wanted to know how it was going to end. It was the same way how it started. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm frustrated, and I'm frustrated for you, not at you. I hope you understand the difference. I want what's best for you, not what's worse. And as I said, I want to get you guys out of this. I want to see you attach yourself to someone appropriately who shares. I told you, person lies to themselves first, and then of course you second. Part of it is control tactics. I don't know, but not revealing the truth of their feeling. They just know that you're attracted to them. It's like, I know I can keep that Capricorn in my pocket at my disposal. I don't know what their benefit is. They don't want you. I don't know what the point of it was. You have to trust in divine timing. Perhaps whenever they ran across each other's path, you thought it was divine timing. When there was a chance to renew that spark. This is it. This is my chance. This is my chance. This is our chance. It was a facade. Nevertheless, it was a decision you made. You did so in your most present state of mind. Okay, so if that helps you. Some of you really conflated the situation with divine timing just because they showed a renewed spark of interest. It's a control tactic. They know that you still have strong feelings for them. And you're like, we have a solid foundation. We know each other well enough. Do you? Seems to me somebody really likes to hide in their shadow side. How much do you know about this person, really? Anyway, it doesn't seem like it's your problem anymore. I would just keep on in this. Yes. Block. No thank you. Tom Petty's don't come around here no more. There you go. Give it up. Stop. You tangle my emotions. Yeah, no kidding. Okay. I think we covered it. Did we cover everything? I think we did. I got that one. We got that one. I'll make sure I didn't leave anything out for you. I think that's about it, honey. Sometimes I feel... You guys remember Jerry Springer in the 90s when he was at his popular? And at the end of every episode, he would always have a summary. Sometimes I feel like I have to give you a summary. Do I need to give you a summary on this one? I hope that over the next several months you come to understand yourself better and how you will understand yourself through yourself, not through this person, and their lack of truth will not help you understand your identity and where it is you're meant to be anymore. All they do is confuse you, frustrate you, and hurt you. I can see where at the time them coming back around, or perhaps you two ran into each other again, it felt like, now's the time, that was the nostalgia talking. Right? Maybe this time we can develop our feelings, or they'll reveal them to me. They know what they want now. I understand that feeling. It's okay. It's okay. But no, they're not your forever person. Don't fall for it again, please. No, I have a reason to believe they'd do it. Honey, if they did it once, they'd do it again. I mean, like, this... The level of not awareness in this person while thinking that they have control over you or the situation is shocking. What they didn't expect is for you to be like, you had all you can stand and you can't stand no more. You just, that's enough. You don't need a summary. I think everything here speaks for itself. Like I said, I do hope this helped you, and I will see you for either your next full length, in depth, or your Sunday shuffle. That was my chair. Okay. Let's get you out of it. Let's get you out of this phase, please. I'll move you on to something else, anything else. Adopt a dog. I don't know. Just something else that was there for you and it loves you unconditionally. Just not this. Okay, it's so far beneath you. It's so far beneath anybody. Don't accept it. Honey, go. Get out of here. Go live life. Go do something. Go work in the garden. I don't know what. Just take some time off. You get reacquainted with you. You have a tea. Get a massage. I don't know what. Just purge yourself of this, please. Okay? I have confidence in you. You know it's right. You feel it's right. Go with that. All right, honey. I'll see you soon. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.